What is going on, you guys? Thank you so much for sticking with me for part 2 of my physique transformation video. And firstly, before I even start this video, I just want to say a massive shout out to you guys. The support on that first video was unreal. I really appreciate it, and I didn't expect it, being it was only my second YouTube video. Not too much of an intro needed on this video, guys. If you watch part 1, then you'll know that that was 2013 to 2017, and this video is going to be 2018 to my current shape at 2020 right now. So let's get straight back into the journey and start with 2018. 2018 was the year where I decided to take time away from the stage. It was time to just chill out and still stay in relative shape year round, but not be too focused on I have to be ready for a certain day or I need to look the best I ever have. So I managed to get myself over to Ibiza, so I had a bit of downtime with the boys over there. I managed to also get a few photo shoots done, including a double page spread in Muscle and Fitness, which was the first time I've ever been featured in a magazine, and I was absolutely buzzing. So I can't thank Simon Barnes enough for sorting that out. So like I say, the plan was take that time away, take that well-needed break, spend time with friends and family, and set myself up in the best position I possibly could to get back on stage in 2019. As you can see from the final transformation photo as well, I did actually put some muscle on, so I was pretty happy with that. Although I wasn't actually overly trying to build muscle, I was just kind of chilling and enjoying training, enjoying life, but I did manage to gain some muscle, so that was a bonus. So here we go, this was 2018. So, we've come to, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest year of my life. 2019 was a mad year. I got on stage 6 times. I also managed a few quality trips throughout the year as well, and it was just non-stop. Every single month I had something planned. Whether it be a show, a trip away, or a shoot, it was non-stop for the full year. 2019 started when we just got back from a trip from Amsterdam in January. Me and Helen went away just for like a little bit of a blowout. It was nice, and it was just the final straw before prep started on the Monday. So we got back from Amsterdam and started prep together straight away. Throughout this prep, I had some great people by my side. Obviously Helen for one, she's always there, going to be by my side. But Josh, one of my best mates, Josh Blue, we linked up and had a few mammoth weekends of training where we'd literally meet up on the Saturday, train legs, then train upper on the night, and then train again on the Sunday morning. It was just unreal. Massive shout out to Josh if you're watching, mate, because you kept me motivated, kept me driving to be the best I possibly could be in this prep, and thank you so much, mate. So, like I said, me and Helen were both on prep at this point, and we were prepping for a big weekend of shows. We had our local PCA show, which was the North East show in Newcastle, which was going to be on the Saturday, and then we also had the first ever NFM qualifier that we'd ever entered, which was a brand new show that we'd never heard of. We heard that there was tickets to America if you got the overall, so we just thought, do you know what? Why not? We're going to be in shape. Only problem was, that show was in Wales. So overnight, we'd actually competed at the PCA show. We actually both won the PCA show, so it was an unbelievable feeling. Then, with the kind of everything that was buzzing about in our minds, we drove to Wales, Newcastle to Wales, and then competed at the NFM show. We got to Wales that night it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. We had a couple of hours sleep, and then we were straight up to get tanned up the next day for the NFM show. That show was just unreal. It was a massive breakthrough for both of us. We both won our categories. Helen went on to take the overall and actually got a ticket to America, and I just missed out, so I was absolutely gutted, but I was also buzzing for Helen, so it was a bit of a weird feeling really. But I also knew that there was a show coming up in August, which was a secondary qualifier, which you could also win the tickets for America, so instantly I was like, oh my god, Helen, you're going to America to compete. I need to get myself there. The prep was actually a massive success. Bear in mind I was prepping myself, and I 100% achieved the best shape of my life. I was more disciplined than ever, and I think having that year off, I was just so focused, so in that zone where I was just like, nothing's going to stand in my way. I'm going to take myself to a place that I've never been before, and I did just that. So I did say this year was non-stop. As soon as the May shows were out the way, I flew straight over to Spain for another big link up with Wayne Strike. Check out the footage. We captured my physique at the best it's ever looked at this point. And yeah, big shout out to Wayne for getting this footage.
Find time, just want the mood to be right. Keeping it low in the night, yeah. So long since I get a glimpse of a light. It's blurring out my eyes. Oh, we should open up our window. Oh, I can't see clear. Oh, yes, I know how to window. Cause it's just my habits, and I can't describe it.
Following on from Spain was our modelling holiday to the most beautiful place I've ever been, Mykonos. If you haven't been, get yourself over there because it is definitely worth a trip. So we were on this once in a lifetime opportunity where we would get to go to this crazy big villa with a few other models from around the world and basically shoot content with some of the best photographers that I've ever worked with. So massive shout out to Chris Proctor, Jodie Wright, Sally Sparrow, Simon Morton and Brett Seeley for making that trip happen because it was unbelievable. The footage, the shots that we got from that trip were just, I can't even explain how good they are. So after Mykonos, there was just one final trip left of the summer holiday, and that was the place that we all waited for, Ibiza. So it was one of the lads' stag do's. It was right smack bang in the middle of my prep, but there was no chance I was missing out on it. But bear in mind, like I said, this trip was actually 6 weeks out from the NFM qualifier. I thought in my head, right, what am I going to do? I'm going to start dieting 5 weeks before Ibiza. Then I'm going to go to Ibiza, hopefully be pretty lean, feel good, then come back and resume prep straight away with 6 weeks left to get peeled. To be honest, while I was over there, I didn't actually do too bad. I stuck with spirits for my alcohol. I swerved a few Shake Shacks like that I thought were unnecessary. I still had a couple, but nothing too crazy. So the food element wasn't a major issue anyway. And I made sure I trained every single day. There was a sick little gym over there, Nirvana Gym, if anyone knows it. But outdoor gym, training where you're looking at the sea. Oh, it's just unreal. You're seeing the clips. But it was a vibe, to be fair. I absolutely loved it. And staying in shape over there wasn't even a problem for me. So yeah, Ibiza was done, that was out the way with, and the second half of prep, time to get peeled, resumed. So at this point as well, I'd actually just started coaching with Luke Hume, who is my still current coach. He is a quality coach, man. Like I can't say enough good words about the guy. He's a classic physique competitor himself. His knowledge and understanding of my body and just probably anyone's out there is unbelievable. And yeah, he's a real good mate of mine. So big shout out to Luke if you're watching, mate. Our prep for that NFM show was pretty faultless, to be honest. When show day came around, I actually couldn't have felt more ready. With Helen obviously having her ticket and me just missing out in that show in May, I can honestly say, guys, that I've never worked as hard for anything in my entire life. Every single gym session was getting smashed no matter how I felt. Every single meal was weighed out to the gram, and without even a thought of cheating on my diet, I was just doing everything I possibly could to set myself up to bring the best package to the stage. As you guys can see, I managed to take the category win, take the overall from the NFM show, and earn my ticket to America. So honestly, I can say this hand on heart right now, that was the best feeling I've ever had in my entire life. Like, that was unreal. I can't even describe how that felt. It's funny when people ask you about why do you do it, or what do you win, or you can never ever put your finger on that feeling. Imagine dedicating yourself to something 24 hours a day for months and then it paying off. Unless you've had that feeling before, you'll never understand what I'm talking about. But trust me, if you do get that feeling, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. So that was the first show out of the way. Got that one boxed off, and I was honestly the happiest person in the world. I didn't care what happened for the rest of it. But I was straight back on prep because my sponsor's Gunsmith Fitness. Big shout out to Gunsmith, because I would not be where I am right now without you guys. They had basically offered to pay for my entry fee to the Amateur Olympia. I had 2 weeks to improve on my best physique, which was from the NFM qualifier, and we went straight back into it. We didn't have no cheap meals, no nothing. It was just straight back to the drawing board, and I knew for a fact already that these guys who were on the IFBB stage are massive, and there was no way on earth that I could compete with them on size. But what I could do is bring the best condition they've ever seen. So I managed to dial it down even harder than the NFM shape, and I was absolutely ridiculously peeled. Probably the most peeled I've ever been in my life. Over that 2 weeks that I had to prep as well, I also managed to link up with one of my really good mates, Abu. Shout out Abu, mate, you're an absolute legend, because me and you pushed each other to levels that we probably never pushed to before in our lives. It was unreal. We were both fully skinless. The sessions were crazy. We got some mad footage that you guys are going to see. And that 2 weeks was just, it was a breeze, because the motivation level from that first show was just so high. I was just like, let's get back on stage. As you guys can see, I took my physique to a further step once again, and probably got the leanest I'd ever been at this point. I went in crazy peeled. I managed to take the win in my category, but obviously I didn't take the overall, as the judges were looking for a little bit more size than I was carrying at the time. But I was buzzing with the shape that I brought to the stage. Me and Luke both assessed my physique. To be honest, we were so happy with the condition that I managed to bring, taking that category win. I was buzzing. Once again, guys, the Amateur Olympia might have finished, but I wasn't done yet. So having qualified from PCA Northeast for the British Championships, I thought, why not? It was a week after the Amateur Olympia, so I thought, let's get back on stage and let's have a go. It was always a show that I fancied, to be fair, but I was always a bit kind of wary because I knew how big the guys were that compete in PCA. So what we did was we actually upped my food for that week up until the show. So I actually brought a bigger and fuller package to the stage. I managed to take second place in that show, and at British Championship level, again, I was buzzing with the result. One of the things with my physique is that although I'm not the biggest and heaviest guy on stage, I'm only 75 kilo when I'm shredded, or I was last year. Give me some weight to get a pump on with and my physique blows up a little bit more. So we used that to advantage and got a massive pump before I went on stage. It helped me stand out and look just as big as the other guys. So, we have reached the final prep. We had 4 weeks till the America show, which was the GBO Atlas International. And again, the foot did not come off the pedal. I was straight back in, digging deep, kept the fullness from that show that we went into, and again, tried to dial it down as hard as I possibly could. Although I'd been dieting for a long time already, my mindset was still in a good place, having Helen and having Luke by my side 24/7, and I was ready to give the Atlas prep everything I possibly could. The weeks of prep finished with an unforgettable weekend of photo shoots in Wales and in London. The first photo shoot was our NFM Team GB photo shoot with Matt Thomas in Wales. So that day was just non-stop shooting and training, and every single one of us on the team who had earned our spot was looking on point. So massive shout out to the GB guys. You guys are legends. The second shoot of the weekend was with our good friend Geordie Wright. If you don't know him, get to know him because he is an incredible photographer, man. We came away from that day of shooting buzzing. Like, we were so happy. We'd managed to document the best shape of our life. We'd had a great catch up with Geordie, and we were both so ready to fly to America. It's come at the time we were ready to fly to America. I actually got a last minute opportunity to shoot with Simon Barnes and Fit Media the day before we were due to fly to America. So we drove down to London Heathrow Airport, but on the way called into Simon's studio and did a wicked shoot with Fit Media channel and Simon. For those that don't know, Fit Media is a YouTube channel created by Jeff Simpson, and it has honestly inspired me so much from pretty much the very day I started lifting. I used to literally watch Fit Media all the time, shooting with the likes of Ryan Terry, AJ Ellison, Sergi Constance, all the big names of the fitness industry. And to get an opportunity to shoot with them myself was just dream come true, man. It was such a surreal feeling shooting for Fit Media, and I can honestly say it was definitely one of the proudest moments because, again, something that I'd looked up to and just watched. I used to watch it all the time on YouTube. I used to watch it and I think, fuck, I wish I was them. Do you know what I mean? Whoever was on the screen, I wish that was me. And obviously that day, it was me. And here we are, the final part of the journey, the GBO Atlas International. I was in the best shape of my life. I'd done everything I possibly could, no regrets from prep one bit. All I had going through my mind was I'm going to give everything I possibly can when I get up on that stage, and what will be will be. The satisfaction of even getting on that stage, knowing what me and Helen had actually put ourselves through, her qualifying in May, me qualifying in August, and it was just unreal feeling. The atmosphere the whole day was electric. Everyone from the GB squad was buzzing when we were meeting all the different countries from around the world. I took second from a stacked lineup of men's physique guys, and I was so proud of the physique that I managed to bring to the stage. I want to say a huge shout out to NFM and to GBO for just making that experience something that I will never forget. The show was done, the show was boxed off, and we had a little athletes meeting after over a few drinks and that. It was so nice, and that was also when Suki, the guy who owns NFM, presented me with the Wildcard. So I would go back fully funded to compete in the GBO this year. So if all goes ahead this year, I will be back on that stage and obviously gunning for that first place trophy, man. The day after the show, before we left for our holiday to Las Vegas and San Francisco, I just had to get a session in with my bro, Mustafa. We went to Gold's Gym and smashed one of the craziest sessions ever. We had both had food in us, so the carbs were flowing around the body. We were both tanned up still from the stage, and check this footage out. Following on from that, we headed off to Las Vegas and San Francisco on a nice little holiday, away from competing, away from everything, just had that downtime, because that year was a crazy long year for both of us. We were literally prepping from the end of January till November. So it was just so nice to get away together and just enjoy kind of doing what we wanted to do. Hell, I honestly can't thank you enough for that year as well. You kept my head right 24/7. You motivated me to be the best I possibly could, and I hope I did the same for you as well. And I'm honestly so proud of what we achieved. And finally, guys, the final part of the video, my current shape right now. No, I'm joking. For those that don't know, I am now in my first ever fully structured off-season put in place by Luke in hope to continue this off-season till about August time, then start prep for the Atlas International once again and take the first place trophy. That's the plan, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It's been unreal to look back. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's involved in my life right now, because the support that you guys show me doing something that I love is just unreal. So thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, you know the score. Like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.